Here in Port Harcourt. 21 minutes gone past 12. As you know, we always start a conversation with something about the nation, and today will be no different. According to Governor Akeredolu, he says that the Senate should be scrapped. I'd like to know what you think about that suggestion and how you think that would impact on our governance system across the country. At 1 o'clock, the news update as always, and right after we get a talk with a guest on SMEs and startups at 1:30. At 2 p.m, the news update will come your way again. And right after, I'd like to know what you think about lying. Yes, you heard me correctly. Lying. Do you think it's wrong to lie? Or do you think there are times when it is necessary to lie? That's the package on the show for you today. Don't go away.
Different ideologies
and different perspectives.
Share your views on The Sunny Side.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Welcome back to the show. Do you think that scrapping the Senate will reduce the costs of governance in Nigeria? Well, the Senate, as you know, as we all know, I assume, is the upper chamber of Nigeria's bicameral legislature. The National Assembly of Nigeria, popularly called NAS, is the nation's highest legislature, whose power is to make laws, summarized in Chapter 1, Section 4 of the 1999 Nigerian Constitution. While the Senate takes action on bills, resolutions, amendments, motions, nominations, and treaties by voting, it consists of 109, if I'm not mistaken, 109 senators. The 36 states are each divided in 3 senatorial districts, each electing 1 senator. The Federal Capital Territory elects only 1 senator as well. The President of the Senate is the presiding officer of the Senate, whose chief function is to guide and regulate the proceedings in the Senate. And that person of the President of the Senate is the third in the Nigerian presidential line of succession. He is assisted by the Deputy President of the Senate, and the Constitution provides several unique functions for the Senate that form its ability to check and balance other elements of the federal government of Nigeria. Now, these include the requirements that the Senate may advise and must consent to some of the President's government appointments. Also, the Senate must consent to all treaties with foreign governments, and it also tries all impeachments. This means that the Senate plays a very important role in Nigeria. So do you think suggesting a country like ours to scrap that body or that form, that part of legislation is a worthy suggestion? Well, Governor Akeredolu thinks it's a worthy suggestion because as the process of amending the 1999 Constitution is ongoing, he called, the Ondo State Governor, that is, Rotimi Akeredolu, he called for a unicameral legislature for the country. Specifically, he said that the upper chamber of the National Assembly should be scrapped, while the Assembly should be on part-time basis to reduce the cost of governance. Now, Akeredolu stated this at the Akure Center of the Southwest Zonal Public Hearing on the Review Constitution that was held at the International Cultural and Events Center, Akure, which is the state capital, on Tuesday. He was represented by his deputy anyway, but he said his words were the position of the state was for the federal government to be reduced in weight and responsibilities. He also mentioned the position of the state to include creation of state police, devolution of powers, state control of resources, decentralization of Supreme Court, among so many others. So what do you think about this? Do you think that scrapping the Senate will reduce cost of governance? Also taking into cognizance the fact that in other climes across the world, there is the Senate. Economies that are working, some of the top economies in the world, talk about China, talk about the United States of America, and other Senate climes, they have a functioning Senate. So what do you think about Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's suggestion about scrapping the Senate? And what do you think about the other things he mentioned about, state responsibilities, having to decentralize, some of these powers from the federal level so that each state is responsible to some degree, resources, policing, that's security, justice, the Supreme Court, amongst many others. Let's talk. 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0003. You can also call 0817 923 0007 or the female line 0817 923 0009. The WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. We're streaming live on Twitter and on Facebook, so you can join the conversation on there. You can watch as you comment on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. What do you think of this suggestion? Do you think that indeed it's the way forward for our economy and governance? Please do call back. The phone lines are open. Hello, good afternoon. All right, do call me back. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Good afternoon. Yes, I can now. Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Marisa.
Go ahead.
Okay. I think what we should do is reducing the cost of running the Senate. Because there is a last time Chinese CBN governor said that the 60% of Nigerian overhead is being spent on the National Assembly. So the cost of running the Senate is too much. So I think there is no way, because there is every country must have a legislative arm. So there is no way you can scratch it out. But to reduce, to make it less money, because this to become a senator is just like as if it is money conscious. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So rather than scrapping the Senate, we can reduce the costs, the running costs. Okay. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, EJ from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, here is the issue. Is the government spending so much money in the cost of servicing the House of Assembly members comprising of the lower house and the upper house? Yes, is the answer. But talking about scrapping of the Senate, I don't really subscribe to that idea. But what I rather want to advise or suggest is, it is not the Senate that should be scrapped. If there's between the two bodies, if there's anyone to be scrapped, it's the lower house, the House of Representatives. Because for me, I just see that as duplication of functions. You understand that these two bodies are doing virtually the same thing. And the last time I checked, I tried to look at the laws that the House of Assemblies, so House of Representatives have actually made, and the ones the Senate have made, and there's no difference. The Senate practically does the whole thing as far as the legislative arm of government is concerned. So, talking about reducing government cost of governance, which of course is a very vital issue here in the country. So, my take on this matter is, rather than scrapping the Senate, let the House of Representatives be scrapped so that we now have just the Senate performing that legislative function. I think that will actually go a long way to reduce the cost of governance. My take on the matter, EJ from
Thank you very much for your suggestion. Good afternoon. All right, do well to call back. The phone lines are still open. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Farrell, go ahead.
I'm just coming from Port.
Talk to me.
Yeah. I need every way to be scrapped. Cannot scrap only one place. There's a big order. Just tell it everywhere. Presidential sector. Scrap. Huh? So, it is scrap everywhere. And I can see everything here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Oh dear. To all to call back. The numbers to call are 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0003 or 0817 923 0007 or 0817 923 0009. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, this is Charles calling somewhere around the mobile answers.
Go ahead.
All right. The issue is not banding the Senate or dissolving the Senate. The truth is the cost of governance in Nigeria, from the local government to the Senate to the presidency, our cost of governance is high. It is terrible. It's outrageous. Now, for the Senate, every other aspect of our economy, the prices of goods and services are skyrocketing. But what the Senate takes home a month, it has not changed. Things are not going on well. So you can imagine what past governors accrue to themselves. They expect cars. They expect to change even outside what they've had during their tenure. They get more money. They are paid as former governors. You know, all these things, and all these things is coming from the same boss. We need to sit down and, come up with a solution, because yes, the Senate, their role cannot be overemphasized, but the cost of governance is high. Now, talking about state policing, we need to have our own state police. The federal is not working, it's not helping. This federal thing is not working. So these are things that Maurice Bruce have been championing for all these years, state policing. Because this thing we are doing from the federal, and then restructuring where a state is allowed to control its resources, and then we can send money from here to the federal. And at the end of the day, there are states who don't do anything. They are docile, and they benefit from other states that are working and producing. So we really need to put our house in order. A lot of things are funny in Nigeria. That's my take.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Gabriella, my name is Oji.
Go ahead.
And I'm calling you from Opoku.
Okay.
I just want to go straight, and mine is going to be a short one. Let's do an analysis, or let's check within ourselves. Since House of Representatives and Senate were created, and now till date, have they been able to effect any change on Nigeria from that time till now? So if they have, constitution-wise, that they have brought, that has been giving Nigeria issues of the date, if they have, then they should continue. But if they have not, please, they should be scrapped. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. We've got 24 minutes on the clock. You can join the conversation via WhatsApp as well, 0809-030-6416. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook and Twitter. That means you can watch us as you comment on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, on Twitter at Nigeria Info PH. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes. Yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. See what my own suggestion that this thing. It's not by dissolving the Senate that is the problem. Okay, now, if they have dissolved the Senate now, at the end of the day, things have not changed. Then, can't we realize that maybe some things, we know that if I'm in a position, somebody now came and said to me, I'm not supposed to be in this position again, and I'm going up another person to sit in that particular position. Then that particular person might get angry. Some of these things that are happening, they be due to grudges, and that person will not be happy. We'll be looking for a way for that person to not to be there. They will look by all means to bring this condition in our country, Nigeria. So it's okay. If that dissolving somebody, there should be proper arrangement. Or agree that, okay, as we are dissolving this person, this thing that we are doing for it to work, we must achieve it. But at the end of the day, after dissolving that person will not be in that position. And yet things are not going good or are not better. So there is no need. What is there? They should stop dissolving because there's no change. If that dissolving, you see a change in our country. Okay, since these people have calmed down and we are elected another people, look at the good thing that we have achieved. That is my own contribution. So what is there? What I'm about to say, that there should really be something good of jail in our country, Nigeria. Then they have said they should change because things have not changed. They said the leader must show a good example. Then the followers now will now learn a good step of the leader. So if the leader now, they are not showing a good example, even the followers, they will be corrupt. They cannot be good because the leader also is not good. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You did raise a valid point. So it's not about just dissolving or scrapping, as it were. What about the foundational problems? If we scrap, don't we still have the same crop of people within our government? Will there still not be the issue of squandering our monies from the national purse? Will all the issues we have with misappropriation, for instance, just disappear because we have scrapped the Senate? So it goes beyond just scrapping. I like that you brought that up. Thank you very much for sharing. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, Gabriella.
You gotta speak up. I can barely hear you.
Yeah, my name is Felix, calling from Refineboro.
Okay, go ahead.
For me, the House of Reps should be dissolved and the salaries of the Senate reduced. In that way, it will save the government a lot of money. But before I go, please, our Wednesday night program, the mystical philosopher, we are making it.
Well done, sir. You want to use this platform to advertise you or whatever. That's not acceptable. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gabriella.
Good afternoon.
My name is Gode Mike.
Go ahead.
All over the world, governance is a very serious business. It's like in our own country here, it's like a jamboree thing where everybody, what is the essence of upper house and lower house? The Senate and House of Reps. And the country is still rigmaroling. Governance in Nigeria is very, very expensive. We need to, in fact, the lower house, they have no business there. It's a duplication of service, duplication of functions. There's no need. You get that? We have the executive, and we begin to we are talking of senators. How many are there in the house? Yet, it's called, as a matter of fact, I am thinking that what they go there to do is a jamboree business. Otherwise, what are they doing? Duplication of functions. I am thinking that they should take away the House of Reps completely. My name is Gode Mike.
If you take away the House of Reps completely, what then replaces it?
The function of the Senate is still there with the executive and Senate and all. I mean, they will get whatever thing they want. What's the sense? I am thinking that House of Reps, there is a duplication of function. What are they doing that the senator cannot do? And the senator, the number there is so much too. That's why the governance in Nigeria is very, very expensive, extremely expensive.
I see.
Got it, Mike.
Got it, Mike. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. First of all, let me make this analysis. We know how devastating locusts can be, a swamp of locusts. But if you reduce them to maybe to weight, but if you reduce them, you can agree with me that the devastation they do when they are much will be less. In my own conviction, this is our sister, our Nigerians as well. We have that locust nature. Anywhere we are, we devastate. But what happens is that when that place is reduced, the degree of devastation could be less. So in this our House Rep, and Senate, if we reduce them, if we scrap one of the legislative chambers, we have reduced the locust effect in that respect. Also, not only to those national houses, the state walls should be reduced as well. In this way, we have reduced the devastating effect of all these our legislators, because I have not seen what they go there to do. So that could help to some extent. But you know that problems are not solved at once. Then if we finish this reduction, then as we forge ahead, we look at other ways until maybe in the next 2 or 3 generations, we may get it right. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for your thoughts. We'll come back to the phone lines, but let's take some messages. We've got some messages on Facebook, on WhatsApp as well, and yeah, I'll start with WhatsApp. Let's see. Hello, Gabby. The call for cancellation of the Senate does not mean they wouldn't be existing anymore, but they'll only be functioning on a part-time basis, and by that we have reduced the cost of governance in Nigeria. All right. This is from Undu from Oigo. He says the Senate should be scrapped. So what is that going to do? My suggestion is the House of Reps should be scrapped completely. All right. This is good afternoon, Gabriella. Williams from Fuche community. As far as governance is concerned, the submissions of Governor Akeredolu are quite in order. Our local parlance says the difference between acid and water. Now, when you don't bath them, cost of governance in all facets of the 3 arms of government should be pruned to nearest minimum so that Nigeria will stay afloat in business. David from Port Harcourt says, I'm totally and completely in support of the governor. Nigeria is not yet mature to have both the Senate and the House of Reps. Let me ask, what does it take to be mature, really? Everyone who's saying or thinking that, well, Nigeria cannot afford to run both the Senate and House of Reps, what does it take to mature? How long does a country need to exist to be regarded as mature? David from Port Harcourt, I like that you give me an explanation to that if you can. Well, moving on. If you scrap the Senate due to high costs, the politicians will still create another avenue for embezzling the money that would have been saved from scrapping the Senate, Escobar says. All right, so on Twitter, Austin Iruka says, the cost of governance is really choking Nigerians, and one of the ways to put an end is to scrap the Senate. The senators are not helping matters. Don't even know what they do there in that chamber. D-Wise, still on Twitter, says, yes, I support Akeredolu's point of view. The Senate should be scrapped. Frere Bruno says, supported the Senate and some MDAs. You have many agencies with similar functions. I see. All right, let's take some messages on Facebook. I see quite a number here. Gabriel Ola says, supported. Kingsley Nwagwa says, what system of government would we be practicing without a Senate? Nigeria is so confused. I'm asking the same question, Kingsley. Alali Accra James Jaja says, yes, they are doing a nothing in this country. Let's see. Good news. Ogede says, ASAP. Reward Captain says, yes, I support. Obasi Joseph says, yes, supported. Priscilla Orji says, yes, because they have no reasonable thing that they do. I'll come back to the messages. Back to the phone lines now. 0817 923 0002. 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007, or 0817-923-0009. Do you also think that, because he did give some other suggestions, not just stopping at, scrapping the Senate, he did mention that the position of the state, each state should include creation of state police. It should also include devolution of powers. It should also include state control of resources. It should also include decentralization of Supreme Court, among many others, that is giving each state some weight of the responsibility that the federal government is laden with. Do you agree with that? Do you think that decentralization of governance would help tackle our current challenges? Do you think that if each state had control of its own courts, if you think that it had some level of control of its own justice system, of security, for instance, we've been singing and preaching and talking about, state policing for a long time now. If each state was given that opportunity, do you think that, each state will be able to tackle some of our current challenges? Do you think it would help governance? Do you think it would help Nigeria as a whole become a better place for business, for living, for everything? What do you think? Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
My name is Chibo Dike.
Go ahead. Talk to me.
You see, the point that has been raised so far is the mindset of the people. It has nothing to do with whether they are scrapping it or they are not scrapping it. It has everything to do with our people. Come to the streets and see what people are doing. The mentality is so myopic. The mentality is so, I don't know the word I'm going to apply to it. Everything is upside down. So it's not about the Senate, it's not about the House. How about the masses? The masses are also contributing to this whole thing. If somebody refuses to give a bribe, then what will happen? The system will be okay. Now, if you look at it from the angle of the e-learning business, the e-learning business is an automated system. The moment you find yourself defaulting, the system will block you. That is what this government is. I expected them to do in this 2021 period. But they won't do anything. Every day they come to TV to speak English. So I think the best bet for this is let the government themselves remove the poverty mentality that they have so that their masses that they are ruling can change. It's not about speaking English. The English is too much. The governor will come, say his own. The masses will come, say their own. The whole thing is getting complicated. There's no result. It is something we have been saying from year to year. There's no result. Let us change our mindset. Thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
I'm Gabriella Anyanwu calling from Aba in Osiomaba.
Okay.
I read a book written by Comrade Emeka Ogbonna, who is His Royal Highness now, known as, the book is known as The Message of the Madman. In that book, he suggested a situation whereby each sector or area of economic sector in the country will have representatives that will represent them, just like the Senate or House of Reps, and not just somebody coming up from anywhere to say, I want to represent you. Take, for instance, doctors will have representatives, farmers will have representatives, journalists will have their own. And at the end of the day, they know the problems which they are facing in their various sectors. So they will make laws to tackle those problems. Are you understanding me? So that is what he suggested in that book. But note that our problem is not really what some people are suggesting. Our problem is corruption. So they should talk about how to tackle that corruption, even if it means bringing up the law of death sentence, it is well appreciated. Now, if you look at a situation whereby some people will go to Senate and they are sleeping, some people will go there and 13 million naira a month, while some other people can go there and earn just 200,000 naira. They will do their best for the country. I mean, we should look at it very well. Our problem is corruption and mismanagement of finance. Now, another thing is this. If we decide to remove or disband the Senate and make more funds available to the state or federal or wherever the funds will go, we told you that the funds should be used for working for the people. Tell me the truth. In fact, the money that has accrued to all the states in Nigeria is enough to make this country Europe. Let us say the truth. It is enough.
All right, let's move on.
But it is stolen. Let us face the fact.
Thank you very much. We'll take a final caller and wrap up with some messages on Facebook. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm George calling from Unduru.
Go ahead.
Yeah, as far as that, they have to scrap all the Senate because nothing they are doing for us that help us. Automatically, they pay them for their toilet, the government pay them, millions of naira, reading newspaper, they are paying them. Even person that is past 40 is supposed to come down from government. What about the children that are coming out from school? The graduate, their people are graduating and coming out from school. And they're not going to also be in their position. So these people, they have to scrap all. They're criminals.
All right. All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Our final messages on Facebook. Let's see. Agochi Obojekere Amadi says, what should be scrapped is the House of Reps. The Senate should remain. To cut cost of governance, we do not need the House of Reps. They are just doing nothing. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Oh, he says unicameral legislature is the answer. Oh, thank you very much for sharing that. Let's see. What other message do we have here? Good news. Ogide says ASAP. Yeah, I took that already. Okay. So this is from Lucky Carberry. He says, it will not reduce the cost of governance. The Senate should not be scrapped. Rather, the House of Reps. Okay, so rather the House of Reps should be scrapped. Unicameral legislature will definitely reduce the cost of governance in Nigeria. Osara Wengo Friday says, honestly, they haven't represented effectively in that cause. They should be reshaped. Their cost of running should be drastically reduced, especially some of those allowances. All right, thank you very much for sending that in from Akpajo. Let's see. Adokie Jackery says, one of the houses of National Assembly should be scrapped. It's a duplication. Preferably the lower house should be scrapped. It doesn't add more value to our law making. Austin Loveday says, let each state have their own autonomy. That's it. Okay. So all of these suggestions, let the lower house be scrapped. Let's it be reformed. Let's be reshaped. Let's cut down the cost of governance. Let's cut down on allowances. Cameral legislature might just be the answer. We'll only wait and see as time goes on. The Constitution, the 1999 Constitution, as amended, being reviewed. In the next couple of weeks coming, we would obviously have some answers or some clarity to some of these issues, just as the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, had raised up. Anyway, thank you for joining the conversation. It does certainly continue right after the news update at 1. I'll be here. I'm Gabriella Anyanwu. Don't go away.